Hi everyone, sorry about the delay. We had another little bit of no internet service. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to go with it now. Okay, hi everyone, it's Miriam Ortiz y Pino with More Than Organized, and I am a certified professional organizer and simplicity expert, and welcome to another edition of More Than Organized Monday. Glad to have you with me. January happens to be Get Organized month, and so I wanted to do kind of a little review of the biggest places where clutter builds up for people and some spots that I feel like are really easy fixes that can be kind of life changing if you take a moment to do them. And one of those areas is the kitchen. So I'm focusing all month on the kitchen and little things you can do in there, and maybe some big things too. If you check out the blog over at morethanorganized.net, I'll be posting a epic kitchen post next week, and there's already some things on there like 5 easy ways to declutter fast. It's part of the quick start 3-part course that's on the homepage there over at morethanorganized.net. So there's lots of free resources over there about decluttering and getting organized in general. And today's tips are kind of about packaging and how to deal with the products you bring into your house to make it easy to use those products, especially the replenished products like food and supplements, for instance. So sometimes people think that they're going to save time by leaving everything in the packaging. And actually, some packaging is more of a fight than others. And so some key areas where you can actually save frustration and a little bit of time every day are with those supplements that you take daily. Taking the time to fill a pill sorter can save you several minutes a week, and that adds up over the course of the year. Every day I take 4 supplements in the morning, and I take 5 in the evening. And so that's a total of 10 bottles I have to open. And if I had to open 10 bottles every single day and remember where I was, that's a little bit of effort. But if I do it once a week, I open 10 bottles once, fill my things, and then it's just a matter of flipping open one of the sections. And so it's much easier than 10 every day. So that's one place you can save a lot of time and space. Also, then the bottles themselves don't get jumbled every day and knocked over, and so they can stay neater on the shelf or in the drawer. So when you are out of something, it's much more obvious, and you give yourself like 7 days leeway to know that you need to go pick up the replacements or order the replacements. So that's one way to save a little bit of time. If you're a Costco shopper and you get the paper towels that are individually wrapped within a giant wrap, go ahead and break out the giant wrap and just leave them individually on a shelf neatly. And again, you'll know when you're about to run out, so you know when to add it to the list to go back. But you're not fighting the big things. Same thing with bottled water, cans of soup that come in the boxes with the 10 cans of soup or 12 cans of soup. Go ahead and break those open and put them on the shelf neatly so you can just grab and go on the day you're going to use it. Some things, though, make sense to go ahead and leave in their original packaging, but you want them to keep fresh, so you don't necessarily have to keep transferring everything over to a canister unless you live in somewhere humid. When I lived in San Francisco, I put everything in airtight containers because it would go bad so fast. But here in New Mexico, it's a little bit drier. I can leave my Triscuits in the box. And to keep them fresh, I just roll the top and put a binder clip, or these are called, they have a special clip name and I can't remember what it is. But they're more artist clips. So I put those on there. Don't have to buy special fancy ones. These are lingering around, or, they look pretty cool. And that way it stays fresh in the box. And the box gets put back on the shelf so it stays neat and it doesn't get unruly. So those clips work great on chips and things like that too. And then sometimes there's food that is similar from different companies, but you use it all at the same time, like protein bars, granola bars, breakfast bars. It could be a breakfast thing. And those I do like to put in a pretty canister. so that I can just grab and go. I don't have to figure out which box has more in it. It's easier to see when I need to replace them than being hidden in the box. So for the Triscuits, for instance, I replace those when I reach the bottom of the bag. They go on the list, and so I know to buy a new bag of those or box of those. But when you have a bunch of bars, you might be grabbing, 4 out of that box and 2 out of the other box, and then one box gets overlooked because you prefer the other one, and so that one box is going bad and stale in your pantry. When if you mix it all up, because it's stuff you're going to eat at the same time, the portable food, if you will. You can just grab one, and then when you're out of bars in general, and then you can go to the store and buy your favorite bar selection or assortment. But if you keep them all in the bin, it's easy to grab one and choose and see which ones you don't need to buy anymore because you don't like them or they weren't a hit with your family. And it's just more convenient to do this than to fight through 4 or 5 boxes. And so that's another place I like to containerize the food. And notice, all of it isn't about, I like the pretty canister on my counter, which I do, but that wasn't the primary reason. The primary reason was so that I wouldn't underbuy or overbuy various parts of the category. So I wouldn't buy extra cereal bars when I really needed some protein bars. So it just helps keep things organized and rotated and convenient and easy in those mornings when you're a little groggy, a little tired, thinking of other things, you want to save energy for later in the day when you need to be creative. Just take the guesswork out of it and make it as convenient as possible. Save time, save effort, use what you already have in existence for the container instead of transferring it when you can. If not, put it in a squarish container, your crackers, and line it up just like it was in a box in the pantry. So I hope those tips helped a little bit. I'm going to do a few more kitchen tips this month, and then we'll move on to some other things. But the kitchen is one of those places where people lose a lot of time and money, and I just wanted to help you get clear on some of that stuff. So again, remove excess packaging, fight the packaging just once instead of every day, and keep it simple and accessible. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Again, there's more information over at morethanorganized.net, and I will see you again next Monday. Bye!